right there. Freeze. You're under arrest.
Hey there, welcome to GemIIToys. Here we are once again. This time we have the Stormtrooper 1/6 scale collectible figure MMS 514. And I'm on a Star Wars hype right now. I'm not going to deny it. So I did go to Toy Sapiens and looking for a Stormtrooper. I've wanted one for a while. And now they're event free. So they have a variety of figures of Star Wars, Marvel, and DC. So they had this guy here in stock as well as the Mando Trooper. So I was trying to decide. So I went with the clean because it's a little safer and it's more multi-purpose. But I'm thinking about getting that Mando one as well. It's just the head kind of looks a little big to me, but I think I'm going to need two troopers. I mean, one trooper is probably not going to cut it, but for now, here we have this guy. So let's take a look here. By the way, I will be posting next week the Toy Sapiens video. I just need to voice over it and get it ready a little bit, clean it up a little bit. But it will go on next week, so stay tuned for that. So here we have the slipcover insert. You can see it there. Nice image. Is that indoor? Probably. Very nice. See what I'm saying? 3 Stormtroopers here. This one is not enough. Right now I have the Mandalorian head, so you know I have a Stormtrooper and a half. So not even a half. So let's take a look at this guy. I picked this guy up as well as I saw the Avengers Endgame Black Widow in person for the first time, and I fell in love with that head sculpt, so I picked that up as well. So I will be making a review on that as well, but right now I'm going to stick to Star Wars for a little bit and then I'll move on to the next excitement of Marvel. So here we have our Stormtrooper. Let's remove that. Let's see what we got here. E11 blaster, if you can see there. Let's see. There we are. Kind of see. There's the light. It's got some little bit of weathering. I wouldn't say a whole lot. Some here. Yeah, some kind of silver paint application to it. And this does, let's see, this does articulate here as well as this part. So I guess, yeah, all this. Check that out. That's quite a bit. And kind of see. Sorry if you can't see it so well. There. All this. Interesting. Actually, just figured that out. I didn't know this part did. Looks a little delicate, so be careful. Let's put that to a side. We've got a variety of hands. His thermal detonator, so that if I can dig it out. This hook's on the back. You can see that. He doesn't come with much. So let's just jump right into him. The Trooper. Very nice. Nice green eyes. You know, I'll be honest with you guys, I didn't realize the Stormtrooper's eyes were green until recently. I've been really getting into Stormtroopers. It's my first, actually, I'm lying. This is not my first one. I did have the Luke Skywalker in disguise, and I just don't remember this green eyes. Does that figure have such, maybe it was darker. I don't know. But nonetheless, real nice. His belt is kind of wiggle a little bit around, but similar to the articulation on Mandalorian, kind of loose, but gets the job done. Similar probably here too. Shoulders don't move up. Seems all right for a Stormtrooper. And I was trying to figure out which trooper. When I was trying to figure out which Stormtrooper to get, I was indecisive between this and the Mandalorian, like I said, as they did have both in stock. But I also wanted to take a look at the original Stormtroopers from A New Hope. And the only real difference, actually, how much of a difference? I think they maybe re-sculpted even the helmet. But I know the main difference I noticed was the weathering. You can see here, it looks kind of like your figure got dusty, but it's very nice weathering paint up. Here the shoes, instead of weathering around, it just kind of looks like, I don't know, it's a little strange. But nonetheless, I appreciate the effort. So, okay, so what I'm going to do is remove all this stuff and get a better shot. There's this holster, it does have a magnet. Bing. So here, as you can see, this is all he comes with. Not a whole lot, but everything you would come to expect with a Stormtrooper. So here we have our base. As you can see, it does have some weathering. My Luke Skywalker Return of the Jedi doesn't have, I don't think this, I don't recall having that. As you can see that kind of weathering paint application. Only in certain light you can see it. So metal plate says Stormtrooper. We have an assortment of hands. We've got 2 fists. You can see here, not much weathering, actually no weathering on the white part, the armor. And we have to hold the gun, same idea. And 1 hand, that's the Holt hand. Holt! These are not the droids you're looking for. And since we didn't get a good shot of the E11 blaster, let's take another quick look. Not much weathering, as I said before. Adjustable cradle for the stand, just insert it there. And like I said, this actually, the belt, it just hooks on like such. Like so there. All right, so now let's put this guy in a pose and grab the camera, take a look at some poses. So here we have our first pose. Stormtrooper ready to attack. Miss the target and die quickly, as they usually do, right? So I guess this is the Return of the Jedi version, but I think this is the Hot Toys standard trooper now. But I needed a Stormtrooper because you know, I got Mandalorian. I'm doing a comparison video, so stay tuned for that. I'm going to show everything I have Star Wars with the Mandalorian, including this figure. And I want to pose the Mandalorian interacting with some troopers. So I'm happy with this standard trooper. Very happy, actually. You know, a Stormtrooper is a very big symbol of Star Wars. It's just so, once again, nostalgic. I love that, especially Return of the Jedi. So
These are not the droids we're looking for, but I do have a very jiggly belt, and my thermal detonator falls out easily. But hey, my green eyes are awesome.
So here, let's take a look at the back of the figure. I do have his blaster in the holster. It's real easy to slide in there, as well as the clip. It's magnetized, as I showed before, so real easy to just go like that magnetically. Like I've said before, the thermal detonator it falls off really easily. And I also notice his ankle articulation is pretty good, but if I touch this figure, because of the ankle articulation is not very tight, he will tip forward very easily. So I don't want to touch this guy right now. I mean, maybe this could be just a little bit adjusted, but yeah. I suggest you guys put this guy on a base. So, no, I don't see any weathering around here. The articulation, like I said, is not bad for a Stormtrooper, that is. It's definitely not a Force Awakens Stormtrooper. Those things, articulation, are terrible. And here we have him stepping forward towards the enemy. Like I said, there's a decent amount of articulation in this guy. I notice in the chest area, it's pretty well articulated. This one area here. Like I said, if I touch this guy, he will fall easily, but he's well articulated, as well as you can see, I did manage to do this here. So this ankle articulation is a little bit loose, but tight enough to hold the whole figure, as this one is really not doing anything. That one is doing all the work right there. So not bad for a Stormtrooper. Not bad at all. And here we have him on his base. Similar pose. I was trying to maybe utilize that I guess gimmick, because of articulated that arm, that thing that probably would go under his arm. I was trying to fiddle a little with that, but it's too delicate, so decided to just leave it that way. It's really delicate. Be careful with it, because I don't suggest using it. That part there, it's kind of focusing there. I showed you before. So I like how he looks. Here's what I'll be doing next for the next video. These two and all the rest of my Star Wars figures. I think these two look good together. Let's move this guy a little forward like that. Look at that. Real nice. I'm gonna change that Mando pose. I got tired of it already. If you don't surrender, I will blow you up type of pose. I'm utilizing the base this time. Like I said, the figure will stand on his own, but I suggest using the base. The ankle articulation ain't the tightest, at least on my figure. So one thing to point out, this holster, well, I mean, when handling this figure, everything just kind of gets in the way because of the armor. You know, changing the hands, the pieces of armor really get in the way, so that's kind of a bummer. But you know, what are you gonna do? I mean, Hot Toys couldn't have done anything different, I don't think. And then this holster gets in the way quite a bit too. I'm a little concerned about these two pieces holding them, breaking off, especially over time. These things tend to deteriorate. And then on the belt, it's velcroed on. So I just tightened it up a little bit because it really was just kind of, the whole belt was just jiggling all over the place. You know, going up and down. Now it's not really tight, but it's a little better. So what are my thoughts on this figure? Well, you know, there is a ton of choices of Stormtrooper, but you know, if you're like me and you just want the classic standard signature Stormtrooper, I think this is the way to go. If you like to have unique Stormtroopers, there is many others. For me, this and perhaps a Mando Stormtrooper in the future will be good enough. So, and then Return of the Jedi is my favorite Star Wars, like I've mentioned before. So, you know, it just makes sense to me having a Return of the Jedi Stormtrooper. So I'm happy with my purchase. In terms of value, they should be a little cheaper, I think. But, you know, Hot Toys got to make their money. And I recommend this figure. Honestly, if you're looking for the standard classic one, this is the best way to go. And they're still available. So with that said, enjoy the path of collecting, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time.